our environment has been heavily affected due to many reasons. More specifically, it has been due to our lack of attention and effort toward protecting the climate. So, in this speaking contest, I will talk about the cause of this problem as well as the consequences behind it. And in the end, as the cherry on top, I will show you guys some solution so you guys can do in order to put a stop to these problems once and for all. So let's get started on the cause. A lot of people think that they don't have to care or put attention toward protecting the environment because they only need them for basic need. Towards that, I say that you have a completely wrong mindset. To prove this, I will show you guys some example right here. If you guys can see, this is a lot of garbage gathering around the place. Or a more familiar example, if you guys look outside of the school, what do you guys see? Transportation traveling around, creating tons of dirt and annoying sound. Furthermore, if you look more further, you can see factory publishing tons of poisonous chemical directly to the environment, which is not only affecting the ecosystem, but also affect our human body as well. So, what are the results of all of this problem? Well, due to the limited time, I can only show you guys some of the main points that I have here. So, the first thing that we might know is that the Earth will cause a lot of climate change and global warming, which will create more natural disasters such as forest fire, flood, acid rain, and flood, which in fact are one of the most popular natural disasters in the world. For instance, in 2019, in the middle of Vietnam, have experienced one of the dangerous storms ever, which not only destroy a lot of buildings, but also kill a lot of people as well. Furthermore, environmental problem could also create a lot of harmful disease, which some of them could be uncurable. Things like flu, lung problem, like cancer, can be very dangerous and hard to cure. Finally, the environmental problem could also destroy the fauna as well. The lack of forest could lead to some extinction of some kind of species as well. So, what could we do to put a stop to this problem? Well, I have some solution to you guys right here, which I will separate it into three parts. The first part is the government. As the government, they should take responsibility to put out more rules set and penalty in order to put a stop to this problem. For example, in Singapore, if you accidentally roll a small bubblegum to the ground, you might get charged up to over 100 Singapore dollar. Maybe in Vietnam, we can use that kind of rule set as well. Moving on to the big company, they can create more eco-friendly technology. Like Tesla and VinFast, they have already produced tons of cars that run by electricity, unlike traditional cars that mostly run by fossil fuel. For a more simpler example, you guys can use plastic item and recycle it for more further use. And last but not least is ourselves, the human who are living on this planet. We are the ones who take responsibility on protecting this planet by simple stuff like cleaning up the environment surrounding us, or furthermore, you can join some organizations that are trying their best to protect the environment. Like I have two of the main examples right here. For Ocean and Team Sea, they are two of the biggest corporations in the world that have been trying their best to clean up the sea and planting more trees. There's also a lot of other YouTubers or social media that are using their popularization in order to popularize their campaign. So, in conclusion, it is true that our environment has been heavily affected, but I believe if we put more attention and effort toward protecting it in the near future, I believe it will be back to normal again. Thank you all for listening and hope you all have a nice day.